What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike. In this video, first I want to say I got this idea from Brian Mazik, alright? So he did a video talking about this today, and I think it's a very excellent topic to talk about. So I got this from Brian Mazik, and shout out to him and his channel. I want to ask my subscribers this question as well. I think if you're a Chicago Bulls fan, you might have a more in-depth perspective about this. But I think any basketball fan can answer this question and give their own opinion. Do you think now that Derrick Rose has been traded from the Chicago Bulls to the New York Knicks, do you think that Derrick Rose jersey, Chicago Bulls number 1, should be retired by the Chicago Bulls? This is an interesting question to me. I think a snap judgment, someone would say, is no. I can understand that argument. His career as a Chicago Bull was incomplete. It was underwhelming toward the last few seasons. The main reason why Chicago Bulls traded Derrick Rose is because they felt like he was damaged goods. They wanted something in return for his, while he still has some value. So, I guess the person would argue, well, if his jersey should be retired by Chicago Bulls, why would the Bulls trade him to another team? Well, we just found out that the Chicago Bulls in 1997 tried to trade Scottie Pippen for Trace McGrady. All right. No matter how great a player is, there's always certain circumstances where a player is almost always tradable. I remember reading in 1989, I think Red Auerbach tried to trade Kevin McHale for Detlef Schrempf, I think it was, or something like that, right? So, I don't know. No player is tradable, is untradeable. But I think that they should retire his jersey. I think they should. I mean, because we got to remember as Chicago Bulls fans, man, after the Jordan and Pippen dynasty of the 1990s, right, we went through a terrible period of time. Like, I remember that strike shortened year in 99. We went 13 and 37. Then the year after that, 99, 2000, which is, I call it like the beginning of the baby bull era, because everybody, in the 99 shortened season, we still had a lot of people from the championship roster left over, minus Pippen, Jordan, and Rodman, and the head coach. But 99, 2000 was the complete overhaul, the beginning of the baby bull era. And I think we went something like 15 and 67 or something like that. It might have been a little bit worse than that or better, but we were horrible that year. And, we've been through a terrible period of time as far as losing. And when Derrick Rose came in 2008, we were on an uptrend. We had just hired Tom Thibodeau, who was a defensive guru under Doc Rivers' championship run in 2007, 2008 with the Boston Celtics. Then we get Derrick Rose. And I remember Derrick Rose was Rookie of the Year that year, 2008, 2009. And for that window of time, all the way to 2012, it looked like the Chicago Bulls were going to be one of the powerhouses in the East. Derrick Rose had won MVP. What was it, 2010, 2011, I think it was? So, I mean, you got to remember where he was playing at one point in time. Let's look at it now. Derrick Rose played 7 seasons for the Chicago Bulls. Missed one entire campaign due to injury. I think for his career as a Bull, he averaged a little bit under 20 points, a little bit under 4 rebounds, a little bit over 6 assists. I think he shot over about 45% from the field. Now, those are very, very good numbers. Was he a superstar talent for the whole time? No, he wasn't. But I think that you look at what he did, the 7 seasons. All right, I think he averaged 20 points per game at least 3 of those years. I think it was 3. And he had that year when he averaged 25 points per game as the MVP. So he has the MVP award. All right. Of the players whose jersey numbers have been retired by the Chicago Bulls, Bob Love, number 10, Jerry Sloan, number 4, Scottie Pippen, number 33, Michael Jordan, number 23. Only one of those guys has the MVP. Now, granted, he has 5 of them, but only one of those guys has the MVP. Derrick Rose does. I think he deserves to have his jersey retired. I know I got on him, and I know all of us get frustrated at injuries and make mockery comments. We're all human. We do asshole things. I always tell you guys I'm a little bit of an asshole, but I'm not a malignant asshole. But I'm a little bit of an asshole at times. But I'm telling you, guys like me, we're gonna miss Derrick Rose when he's gone. I'm telling you, because it's gonna get horrible probably next year. Next couple of years is going to be really bad for the Chicago Bulls. You know. But I think he was a 3-time All-Star, Rose. Yeah, I think he's done enough. I think he accomplished enough to have his jersey retired by the Chicago Bulls. I will say this, too. I think that although I do believe that Derrick Rose should have his jersey retired, I think there's another guy who should have his jersey retired as well. And that would be Norm Van Leer, the defensive wizard played in the 1970s. On those teams, a lot of Chicago Bulls fans forget about those early to mid-70s Chicago Bulls that had Bob Love and Norm Van Leer and Jerry Sloan and Tom Boerwinkle and Chet Walker. I sometimes wonder how that team would have done if we had gotten Artis Gilmore earlier, because we didn't get Gilmore until 76, 77 after the ABA-NBA merger. I think he was playing with the Kentucky Colonels. Now after that, we got him subsequently after that. But by the time we got him, most of those guys were getting a little bit long in the tooth. Like the window of opportunity had shut with the Chicago Bulls on that team. Like I think that team's best years was like from 71 to 75. And after that, everybody was getting a little bit older. Most of those guys were either in their early to mid 30s. And a guy like Norm Van Leer was a little bit younger, but he was kind of worn out. Norm Van Leer, number 2. I think number 2 should be retired. I remember, today we just lost Buddy Ryan and Pat Summitt. I remember when Norm Van Leer died, I think it was February 26, 2009, on the same day. It was a sad day for Chicago Bulls fans, because on the same day, Johnny Red Kerr, the first coach of the Chicago Bulls back in 1966, a long-time color commentator with WGN, local affiliate Chicago, passed away on the same day. But, I think Norm Van Leer should have his jersey number retired along with Derrick Rose. But tell me what you guys think.